Hey everybody, I'm back with another video, and this time I wanted to showcase some rare pieces that I recently got in the mail, and that is 20 1970 Transogram baseball cards. So if you see this design here, you'll notice it's vaguely familiar. That's because 2018 Topps Heritage has produced a little mini subset that kind of pays homage to the 69/70 Transogram design. And Topps and Transogram are not necessarily linked together by any means. Transogram was a toy slash board game company from that was pretty popular in the 30s, 40s, 50s. And then as the 60s rolls around, the company is really struggling, so they try to generate some revenue by creating these right over here. These are 1969 Transogram. These are little toy figurines, and this is the Willie McCovey. And on the back, they have a player card, and I'll tilt it in the light. You can see how dented it is. This cardboard stock is very flimsy and didn't hold up well. So you're going to have a lot of issues with surface creasing and scratching, etc. You'll see sometimes these little top box toppers. The picture on that graded as well. Flip that lid up, and there's a number inside that correlates with the actual number of the card itself. But these are the 69. Transogram eventually goes out of business in 1971. So these were not successful in generating the revenue they needed to stay in business. I don't know how popular the 69 or the 70 Transograms were. There's some raw stuff out there, but it's rare, very rare to find, and very expensive. But these, I was able to get this lot of the cards themselves, and very excited to get them because they are extremely scarce. So I wanted to start by showing you up here at the very beginning one of the more rare pieces, and that's this Jerry Koosman. Now the Koosman here in a VG3, primarily because you can see there's some scratching on the face of Jerry Koosman. The box panel of 3 that this came off of is probably the most difficult to find, and one of the more expensive ones. It has the Roberto Clemente and the Bob Gibson card on it as well. So I have the Bob Gibson and a PSA 8, which just happens to be the highest graded PSA copy out there. But this Koosman, there's one PSA 3 out there. This is the only SGC graded one there is in this 3. A couple more authentic, but after that, there's nothing else. So there's nothing higher than this 3 out there on the market. Maybe someone's got one, they just haven't got submitted in. But pretty rare piece. That's pretty cool. You've got quite a few Hall of Famers in the set of 30 cards. The majority of the big names are not here. These are more of the lesser known, although Yastrzemski is a big name in my opinion. But this one's just in a VG plus 3.5. Frank Howard. And these cards, I mean, they were cut out with care and precision. They have all outstanding eye appeal. You really have to look hard at them to see where there's surface creasing or just some bending of the card. Like this Boog Power in a 3.5 looks gorgeous, right? But if you see right around that lip, there's a nice surface wrinkle there, and that's just the nature of the box. Very difficult, like I said, to get these in high grade. Another Hall of Famer in Al Kaline, which I do collect Al Kaline. That's kind of what drew me originally to this lot. Another Hall of Famer, Ron Santo. These last 2 cards right here, the Juan Marichal and then the Willie McCovey from 1970. I didn't have either of these and wanted on both these in VGX4s. You'll find a little more of these Hall of Famers graded, probably less than 10 graded copies in existence at this point. Maybe as grading becomes more and more popular, someone will send some in. But as it stands right now, there's just not a lot of these out there on the market. And then coming down here, the grades are starting to go up as I'm going down. This Jim Fregosi is actually the highest graded Jim Fregosi out there available. I think PSA has got a 5 on it. But Tony Oliva, Jim Wynn, that's rare to get that higher than a 5. This Denny McLean is the highest known copy graded PSA or SGC. And this Stottlemyre is also very rare as well. Cleon Jones, you'll see there's a couple New York Mets players in here. They're in the regular 30 card set, but there is also a special New York Mets set from 1970 that highlights the 69 Amazing Mets. And in that set, there is a Nolan Ryan. I sure wish I had that one. I'm a big Nolan Ryan collector. But that one is very expensive. I've never even seen one for sale. So If you ever see it and get the chance to pick it up, by all means, grab that thing. Down here to the last row, and these are the ones that are really good shape. This Petrocelli, there's actually a PSA 10 copy of this out there, but then it drops off the market, and I think the next PSA grade one is like a 3 or something. So this here in a Nearmint 7 is the highest SGC, I believe, and it's in really good shape. This Tory is the highest grade out there in a Nearmint 7. The Sam McDowell's got like one PSA 10 and then nothing else. So this Nearmint 7 is kind of like the only one in the middle before you hit a bunch of like really lesser graded cards. And then these last two right here, I've got the Willie Davis in a 7.5 and the John Blue Moon Odom in a 7.5 as well. Both these copies, although lesser known players, are just the best copy out there. There's nothing equivalent in PSA or SGC anywhere near these grades. So I think the Blue Moon Odom, like anything, I think everything is just authentic because the cards are in such bad shape. So to get these in such quality is really amazing. As I said, I've got 20 of the 30 card set here with that Bob Gibson I previously mentioned from the 70 set. I've got 21 out of the 30. To get this set would be almost impossible. So I picked this up on a sweet deal, was able to get, the bulk of the collection. I'm saying pretty content with it. I'm not, SGC is not as well known or established as PSA, but it's cool just to have them graded. And I just wanted to show that to you because I love these oddball things, and this is some of the king of the oddball stuff. And as Topps continues to bring this stuff to light by putting these designs in like the 2008 Heritage, I think these things will become more popular. And I'm kind of sad. I really don't know if I want them to become more popular because I want to be out there getting them by myself. I don't want to be competing with everybody else to get this stuff. But the cat's slowly coming out of the bag. But I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Once again, I appreciate all your posts and comments, and I'll talk to you again soon.